Oh, I like that one. Someone's in the chat was talking about the Apex Legends guns. I'll do the guns. The weapon tier list, but based off their iron sights. I like that. Do they have all the weapons? Let me get the weapons tier list. Let's talk about this. So we're going to be doing an Apex Legends weapon tier list, but specifically for their iron sights. Okay? We're talking default, not even like you didn't buy the pay to win skin. We're going to talk about like what has the best iron sights and what has the worst iron sights with default skins in general. What has the worst iron sight in this game? G7 Scout. I think the G7 Scout has the worst iron sight. Honestly, the G7 Scout's iron sights are so bad. Like it hurts to look through. I like go on drop and I find a G7 Scout. If I don't find a sight on it, oh my God, it's just impossible for me to land shots. It's insane. It just blocks so much of your vision while simultaneously being completely useless for actually landing shots. My God, the G7 Scout's iron sights are F tier. They're awful. They are absolutely awful. Up next, we got the 33 repeater. I hate the 33 repeaters iron sights. To me, like I cannot land a shot with these iron sights compared to, it's a little bit better than G7 Scout, but it's still pretty much on the same level. They're both really bad. When I have a sight with the 33 repeater, I land shots like easy, but if I don't got one, impossible, dude. It's absolutely awful. It literally breaks my heart every time when I see it. Yeah, the 33 repeaters iron sights are doo-doo. They're doo-doo butter biscuits. You know what I mean? They're no bueno aquí. Then we got, let's go to D tier. So this is something that like it's bearable, but it's like not great. Spitfire. The Spitfire's iron sights are, they're not great, but they're definitely more usable than the G7 Scout and the 33 repeater. But my God, they are not it. You need a 1 times or a 2 times on the Spitfire at all times, or even a 3 times. I even sometimes if I find the circle, like the circle dot, what's it called? Like the red dot, like not the HCOG, the other one. I'll even rock that because that's how much I'd rather have it than the iron sights. But it's not as bad as these two, but it still definitely belongs in D tier when it comes to the iron sights, man. So yeah, ain't it, Chief? That ain't it. Anything else D tier? Oh yeah, if you don't got the pay to win skin, the flatline is awful. The flatline is one of the worst iron sights. The pay to win skin, yeah, great iron sights, but without it, my God, what is the pay to win skin? This one. You see it? This skin is pay to win. The iron sights are insane. The iron sights are absolutely insane. But without that pay to win skin, oh my God, it's awful. It literally hurts my soul every time. Don't even think about coming at me with that. Oh, so gross. So disgusting. Okay, in C tier, I got the Longbow. The Longbow's iron sights are bearable. They're definitely bearable. I can land shots with the Longbow with its iron sights. Do I want to? Not really. Yeah, so Longbow, we could do better with the iron sights. You know, we could do a lot better with the iron sights, but not the worst of all the snipers. It's definitely the worst of the snipers, but it's not the worst iron sight out there. You definitely can land shots with it. Same thing with the Hemlock. Hemlock is C tier. I know a lot of people hate the Hemlock iron sights, but I found myself landing shots with iron sights pretty easily. Like it's not impossible with the Hemlock. It could be better. The Hemlock definitely has one of the weaker iron sights. It's not complete garbage, but it's up there. Yeah, so the Hemlock, I can get kills with it, so I don't hate the iron sights, but God, it could be a lot better, you know? I think that's it for C tier. Everything else has a lot better iron sights. That's not true. The Prowler, I don't like the Prowler's iron sights. You hit fire with the Prowler anyway, and now it's in the care package, so you don't have to worry about it. But before, when it was in the care package, its iron sights were awful. I used to hate the Prowler's iron sights. But yeah, you would hit fire most of the time. That's why it's more bearable. It's definitely better than the Hemlock. But yeah, the Prowler's iron sights, not it. They are not it, Chief. They are not it. 100% not it, Chief. Okay, now in B tier, I'm gonna go with the L-Star. L-Star, I mean, I did a whole L-Star video, and so like I would be using the L-Star all the time, and I won't lie, the iron sights weren't that bad. They weren't that bad, okay? Like they could be better, but they weren't that bad. I definitely would prefer a sight on this. Like I think B and below, you would prefer a sight. Like you would need a sight still, but it's bearable. B is bearable. B for bearable, right? Yeah, I would say the L-Star has some decent iron sights. Not the best, but they're decent. Mozambique would be a little bit after it. It's a shotgun. You shouldn't be aiming on sights that much with it anyway, but when you do, it's not that bad. It doesn't block too much of your vision. I definitely prefer a sight on the Mozambique overall, though. I think especially if you have hammer points and you want to get that clean kill. I like aiming on sights for that reason, but I find myself not hating the Mozambique's iron sights that much. Yeah, it's not that bad. Where's the P2020? No wonder I'm missing something. Where's the P2020 at? This wingman here, this is not the wingman. This is the P20. I'm putting the P2020 in D tier because it's a pistol. This is not the wingman. This is the P2020. So the P2020 would be D tier. It's awful with its iron sights are god awful, dude. You'd never want to use the P2020's iron sights. Like literally get yourself any sight on that 2 times. Red dot, who cares? Anything, get it on that P2020. It's awful. Devotion is also B tier. It's not great, but it's not bad. It has like that weird little like thing around it, so it's like it's pretty accurate if you know how to use it. But I find myself wanting a sight more than not, you know. But it's not the worst. Same thing goes with the Eva shotgun. You're obviously not aiming on sights too much with the Evo, but it has a decent iron sight going for it. Nothing too crazy, nothing to write home about, but it's pretty good. And Sentinel. I like the Sentinel's iron sights. Is that weird? That's not the wingman. Yes, you fell for it. Your greatest mom. That's not the wingman. You fell for, you goofy goober. Oh, you fell for it. I can't believe you fell for it, dude. Here, let's go find another season 8 tier list. We'll find another one so you don't freak out. I don't want you to freak out. Oh, this is actually way cooler. Yeah, this is a way cooler one. We're back where we left off, guys. We're back where we left off. So the Sentinel, I actually like the iron sights. I don't think they're that bad. I don't think they're that bad, and I'll explain why. It's weird. Like, they don't block anything. Like, in terms of your vision, very little of it's impaired with the Sentinel's iron sights, making the Sentinel kind of decent in close range for me, at least when I have iron sights only. So I find myself landing shots with the Sentinel pretty consistently compared to like the Repeater or the G7 Scout or any other sniper. In general, I do find myself enjoying the Sentinel's iron sights. They're not great. I still would prefer a 2x sight or a 3x sight, but they're good. They're definitely good. And then B tier, is there anything else B tier? I think everything else is pretty good. Oh no. If you don't have the pay to win skin, the Wingman's skin is just not it, Chief. If you don't have the pay to win skin, the Wingman's iron sights, they're decent, but they're not great. I still think you can, like, obviously you have to deal with the iron sights of them all the time. Like, they're not impossible to land, but my God, once you go pay to win, once you go to any of the pay to win skins, I'll show you right now. Once you get these pay to win skins, it's so hard to go back. Once you touch one of these bad boys, it's so hard to go back. Like this one, oh, it's just like, how do you go back? These iron sights are so beautiful on these, dude. You feel me? So that's it for B tier. Obviously, like, this is pretty like heavy stacked on the top because a lot of the iron sights are really strong. I would say at the bottom of A tier, we have the R9. The R9's iron sights with the pay to win skins are amazing. Without them, they're still good. I still think they're really easy to look through. They're definitely a lot easy to they're pretty easy to land shots with. So I do think the R9's iron sights are pretty decent in this game. So I do like the R9's iron sights. They're not the best, but they're not the worst. They're definitely in the A tier, bottom A tier. I think the alternators are a little bit better than the R9s. They block basically nothing because it's like a flat surface with like a dot. So it's like you can see everything, and I think the alternator for that reason is just feels a lot better on drop. One, its hip fire is insane, but two, like, if you're aiming, it feels very accurate with its iron sights. I really like the alternator for that reason on drop. I think the RE45's iron sights are really good. Obviously, yes, they're the same as the Wingman, right? But because it's a tracking gun, it doesn't feel as intrusive as the Wingman. The Wingman, you have to like land each shot. You have to be able to land through this bulky. The pistol's very wide. It's very thick. The RE45 is very thin. So the RE45's iron sights do feel really strong in my opinion. So that's why I'm putting it there in A tier. Yeah, RE45 is not as bad as the Wingman. It's definitely an A tier. Havoc is definitely an A tier iron sight as well. I do find that the Havoc's iron sights are pretty strong. I definitely don't feel like I need a sight at all, but I still definitely would like to have one as well. I still want a sight on it, and that's why it's not A tier. S tier is like, I don't even want a sight, bro. Get that sight off, you know? Like, and I think that's what we're gonna get to. Triple take is A tier. I love the triple take's iron sights. Triple take's basically a shotgun. I find myself not wanting a sight until I find like a 2x or a 3x. Like, I don't even want to put a 1x on it. Like, I'd rather just have the iron sights until I find the exact sight I want. But it's like, I love the iron sights on the triple take, dude. Really awesome, especially in close range, which is when it matters, you know? So good. I think the rest are all S tier, honestly. No, I think R31 is A tier. I think its iron sights are great. Its iron sights are great, don't get me wrong, but I do find myself always wanting a 2x sight. The R31 excels at 2 to 3x, you know? That's the only reason why it's not S tier. Iron sights are great, but a 2x sight is what you need. Okay, and S tier, the charge rifle's iron sights, you guys knew from the beginning when they got released, everyone was like, those iron sights are sick. The iron sights are basically a red dot sight. They're great. So the charge rifle, obviously you still want like a ranged, like a scope and stuff, but until you find a scope, its iron sights are fine. Like, the iron sights are great. I love the iron sights on the charge rifle. I'm very happy about it, dude. Then we got the Mastiff. God, the Mastiff's iron sights are so beautiful. I like the iron sights. I find myself taking off sights on it all the time. Like, even like Digithread, I'd rather just have iron sights than the Digithread on the Mastiff. And you do find yourself aiming on sight with the Mastiff. I love its like little pattern that it has. Like, I genuinely love the Mastiff's iron sights. For a shotgun, pretty damn decent, you know? Then we got the Peacekeeper. I think the Peacekeeper's iron sights are great, especially if you got the Lone Star, but we even got without the Lone Star. I always like the iron sights on the Peacekeeper. I find myself really enjoying aiming on sight with the Peacekeeper, especially because you got the precision choke, so you have to aim it on sight, so you notice it a lot more. Obviously, it's a care package weapon, so it comes with the Digithreat, but lately I've been taking off the Digithreat, you know, just because I miss those iron sights, you know? I miss it. I think the Peacekeeper, even without the pay-to-win skins like the Lone Star and stuff, the iron sights are really nice. Obviously, the Kraber is S tier because it comes with the scope, but if they ever take it out of the care package for whatever reason and it comes with the iron sight, I wonder it'd probably be like lower. I don't know what the Kraber's iron sights look like. I think you can see them in Titanfall 2. I'm not confident. You never really have to deal with that. So Kraber's basically S tier. And last but not least in S tier, the Volt's iron sights are nuts. The Volt's iron sights are so good. I find myself not even running sights on it until I get until I get like a digi-thread even. I barely run sights on the Volt these days. The Volt is just so good. The Volt is just incredible, dude. I think its iron sights are nuts. I think from now on, if they keep adding new guns, they got to make sure the iron sights are clean, dude. You don't want to have to deal with pay to win skins and stuff. Like we mentioned multiple times before, there's R9 pay to win skins, there's all senior pay to win skins, there's Peacekeeper pay to win skins, there's Wingman pay to win skins, there's a Flatline pay to win skin. There's all these skins that obviously help people out, but you don't want those to exist. So instead of having to deal with that, just make the iron sights from the get-go great. And I think that's what they accomplished with the Volt successfully. I mean, I love the Volt. Volt's like I said, it's one of my favorite guns of all time. And that's my tier list for iron sights. Don't come in here and be like, why is Spitfire in D tier? Iron sights, not in terms of their ability. If you want to check out my tier list, there's a YouTube link in something. You can find it, you goofy goober. But yeah, that's where I land on this. That's where I land on this.